Well, let's see. President Barack Obama is traveling. He went to India, then I believe South Korea, then Japan, and he's going to keep traveling until he finds his birth certificate. That's what he said. I will not stop until I find it.
President Obama concluded the summit of the G20 economic superpowers by trying to explain the limits of American influence.
Part of the reason that sometimes it seems as if the United States is attracting some dissent is because we're initiating ideas. We're putting them forward.
A remarkable admission for a president who won the office running against leaders who set their sights only on incremental change.
Instead of hitting home runs, sometimes we're going to hit singles. But they're really important singles.
Strike one. The president failed to convince the South Koreans to open their markets to American beef and cars. At stake, $10 billion in exports and 70,000 American jobs.
I'm not interested in signing a trade agreement just for the sake of an announcement.
Strike two. The president failed to convince Chinese President Hu Jintao to change policies that make it cheaper to manufacture in China by artificially building up the dollar and holding down Chinese currency. Today, the president used his sharpest language yet.
It is undervalued. And China spends enormous amounts of money intervening in the market to keep it undervalued.
With a $227 billion trade deficit with China, Mr. Obama's third strike was failing to convince the other G20 leaders to agree to use stronger language in the joint declaration against currency manipulation like that by China. It could not have helped that the Federal Reserve announced plans to inject $600 billion into the U.S. economy, prompting some G20 nations to accuse the U.S. of currency manipulation. Presidents rarely get everything they want at international summits, but coming off the midterm election shellacking, rooted largely in economic anxiety, President Obama and the American economy desperately needed...
President Obama went to pay for lunch, and Chinese President Hu Jintao said, "Your money's no good here." And President Obama thought the Chinese leader was just being polite, but he said, "No, your money really sucks. It's no good. It's no good. No good at all." I'll tell you, President Obama's overseas trip been such a disaster that people in Kenya now claim he has an American birth certificate. They're going, "No, it's not." Listen to this. National Geographic reports, and people love these kind of stupid facts. According to a study by scientists in England, the cricket, little cricket, has the world's largest testicles relative to body weight. The cricket. Smallest testicles? Members of Congress. Yeah, members of